Oh boy, alright. It's been another one of them days. We got some more Spirit of Justice in front of us. Yeehaw! Alright, back. Let us go. We are continuing with... It's called the final cross-examination. It's only day one of the trial. Somehow. Who knows? Alright. We already saved. We can go on. Excellent. We stopped right in the middle of it. That's right. Okay, so our context was... Oh yes, we failed by not showing the correct answer. Oh no. We have a problem with the proposal that the doctor was struck while nodding off. And that was how we died. Clearly we have a problem. Anyway, Dr. Buff was nodding off. I could tell because his eyes were closed and he wasn't moving. Sounds more like what you would do. And how do you explain the fact that he was struck in the back of the head? Isn't that something that should be impossible from the front of the desk? Oh, about that. He bowed his head when he nodded off. That's when he was clobbered. So that's what you saw. Well, Mr. Justice, that sounds like a perfectly reasonable explanation to me. Do you have a problem with the proposal that the doctor was struck while nodding off? I guess I do, but I don't know how I'm showing it. There is a problem. A very big problem. The witness's statement doesn't hold up under the slightest bit of scrutiny. You've been inspired? Oh no. You're playing the OG Trilogy. Alright. Welcome in, Midnight Pup. Bark. Is that so? Then will you please show this court what evidence you have to justify this? Gladly, Your Honor. It shows a problem with the witness's claim that he saw the doctor nodding off. Just be Turnabout sisters, huh? Yeah. We did play through the OG Trilogy on this stream. Some of it is on YouTube, not all of it yet. Well, I forget how much. Not all of it. I'm pretty sure not all of it. I think maybe the first game. It's been a while since I looked, heck. Okay, that does not offhand tell me. But his socks? Problem with the claim that he saw the doctor nodding off. Oh. He was still outside, wasn't he? He shouldn't necessarily be able to see past this bookshelf. But I don't know if that counts. Hold on. He was... Is he still saying he was outside? Yeah. I could tell because his eyes were closed and he wasn't moving. Yeah, I'm pretty sure... What's the thing before? Army statement? Army? Wow, I don't know if I can scroll back that far. Yeah, I can't scroll back to that far. Okay, my guess is that he shouldn't be able to see into that cubby. Based on the location of the tree and the bookshelves and everything. And the fact that, like, his computer is on this corner of the desk. Why would he be able to see any of that? I don't think that's what the game wants. But I'm gonna shut. Yeah.
Take that!
It's not gonna work, is it? A diagram of the study? There you go. What if these games had logic? Well, the trouble is, they don't always account for all the logic, you know? I mean, I don't mind things that are a reach, as long as it responds to things that are less of a reach, if that makes sense. Mr. Addison Wimperson allegedly viewed the murder from here. And the doctor was allegedly nodding off here. But from his vantage point, the bookcase would have blocked the witness's line of sight. Why, yes, I believe you're right. But,
Objection!
Red, white, blue corp, yeah, those are... The fact remains, my client knew that the suitcase was the murder weapon. So he definitely has first-hand knowledge of the crime scene. I'm afraid I have to agree with you there, Mr. Wright. Hydrate. Okay, I guess I can do that. Wank. Thank you, Bacon Mutt. Wank. Oh, I have to reload this before that'll clear. Heck. I'm afraid I have to agree with you there, Mr. Wright. But then we have to ask ourselves, from what vantage point did he see the murder? What are you insinuating, Mr. Justice? From what vantage point could Mr. Addison Wimperson have seen the dozing doctor? Once we determine that, I believe we'll finally see the truth behind this incident. The witness saw the murder from right here. Yar.
Take that!
You've got to be kidding. But that's... It is indeed. But everything only makes sense if the witness was there in the study. Inside the study? But that's the scene of the crime. I know. Mr. Addison Wimperson, the man who claims to be a witness to the murder, was most certainly in that very room. Apollo, are you suggesting... Mr. Addison Wimperson, weren't you the one who actually swung that suitcase?
Objection!
What you're proposing is ludicrous. My client is a small, thin man, whereas Mr. Adebayo has the musculature to pull it off. He has a point. I gave up trying to lift that thing after one go. Okay, mistyping things, okay. Not mistyping, but misclicking. I gave up trying to lift that thing after one go. That's right. He's the only one who could have lifted such a heavy object. Now, do you understand? The rebel dat Adebayo is the doctor's killer. Well, as long as the suitcase is the murder weapon, suspicion falls entirely on Dats. You'll have to poke a hole in Mr. Wright's argument somehow, Apollo. Oh, I will. And with his own technique, no less. If Mr. Addison Wimperson couldn't swing the suitcase around, we'll just have to consider another way he could have used it as a murder weapon instead. I'm gonna turn this case on its head, Mr. Wright, just like you taught me. You talk big, Mr. Justice, but do you have what it takes? Well, this should be interesting. Mr. Addison Wimperson's testimony has been filled with one inaccuracy after another. First he stated the Dr. Buff was in front of the bookshelves. Now he claims that the doctor was sitting at his desk. So where was the victim really when he was killed? Also, where was his killer? And how was the murder weapon really used? So the important thing here is the position of the victim and killer relative to each other? Yes, Your Honor. If they were positioned a certain way, it would be possible to use the suitcase as a weapon without lifting a finger. You can't mean... I would ask the court to recall the study's layout. Oh no. It's quite distinctive, as you can see. Now, if Dr. Buff was sitting in a certain spot, and his killer was at a certain other spot, the suitcase would become a weapon anyone could use. Oh no. He pushed it off of the second floor onto the coffee bar? Very well, Mr. Justice. Where was Dr. Buff's killer at the time of the crime? Here, where we said the first time.
Take that!
There? Oh, that's... I should wrap things up nice and pretty for you, Mr. Wright. I would ask the court to recall the study's layout. But this time, instead of thinking in 2 dimensions, let's think in 3. Only then can we clearly see the killer's method at work. Oh boy! The killer didn't have to swing the suitcase. Wow. If he used gravity to his advantage, that is. That's right. It was the plaintiff, one Paul Addison Wimperson, who used the suitcase. He pushed it from the second floor. Wow! It sent it hurtling down onto Dr. Buff, who was sitting at the coffee bar. Yeah! And his psychology book had been at the coffee bar, no doubt. The doctor must have set it down there after he'd finished reading it or the like. But his blood got on it, which is why the killer thought to hide it in that mountain of books.
Objection!
That's quite an entertaining theory you have there, Mr. Justice. But there's no evidence that the murder took place at the coffee bar. I'm not so sure about that, Mr. Wright. I'd say that evidence of the murder occurring at the coffee bar... I mean, did he mention the book being covered in coffee? The psychology book had been at the coffee bar, no doubt. Yeah, I'm gonna say that the coffee on the book is evidence, but also... Yeah, I mean, you're gonna say that specifically? Sure. I was gonna say, is there something else? The evidence does exist. I'm gonna show you. You are... this right here is proof that the murder took place at the coffee bar. Proves the doctor died at the coffee bar, coffee on the book.
Take that!
The book. This brown stain was determined to be coffee. What's more, it was still a bit damp when we saw it yesterday morning. One look at this book speaks volumes, I'm afraid, Mr. Wright. It tells us that the doctor was having a cup of coffee at the coffee bar. That's when the suitcase came hurtling down, striking him on the head. Causing both his blood and his coffee to spatter onto it. Well, Mr. Anderson Wimperson? What motive could I have possibly had to kill Dr. Buff? You've been saying all along that he stole from you. And there it is. That final excuse cornered killers are so fond of. Well, the doctor never returned your crystal to you, did he? Instead, he hid it in the cave ruins. Telling him that the Defiant Dragons were a dangerous bunch was a huge blunder. All it did was made him hide the orb. Your lie came back to bite you in the end. Even worse, the doctor saw the news reports, so he knew the relic was the Founder's orb. Being the conscientious researcher he was, he knew he had to return it to its rightful place. And that meant keeping it out of your hands. Second here. You were so angry that he refused to return the relic to you. But you killed him with your own hands. Isn't that right, Mr. Addison Wimperson? That is... power. Don't. Oh, please don't accuse my client of murder. Huh? What do you mean, don't accuse him? Why would you even say that, Mr. Wright? What I meant was, he's a promising politician with a bright future ahead of him. It's in our nation's best interest to avoid burdening him with the taint of scandal. Say what? Right. You'd better do something to change the current courtroom climate. Or I'll be charged with murder. And you know what'll happen to her if that happens? Her. What will happen to her? What did you do to her? Who is her? Which her? Is he truthful? What's he talking about? Well, I can ponder that later. For now... Mr. Wright, you can't possibly believe that Mr. Utterball is the killer. You're really going to send an innocent man to prison? I thought you were better than that. Well, Mr. Wright, answer me. Mr. Wright? What in the world's going on here? If you won't say anything, then... Mr. Addison Wimperson, the defense hereby... Apollo, wait! Not you too, Athena. He's just, I wasn't sure whether I should say anything, but, during that last recess, when I went to check on Mr. Wright, I overheard something I shouldn't have. I trust Maya is unharmed. I can't really say, but just remember, If I'm arrested or fail to obtain the treasure, there will be consequences. Consequences of the worst kind, if you catch my drift. Ah! Relax. All you have to do is ensure I get my hands on that relic. I must deliver to my benefactor at all costs. What do they want that relic for, anyway? It's something to do with an old legend. My patron seeks the great power said to be granted to whoever solves its secret. Maya? Is it Maya Fey? Yes, Boss's legendary former assistant. Miss Fey's being held hostage? So it seems. Why didn't you tell me as soon as you heard this? Sorry, it's just Mr. Wright spotted me before I could slip away. Made me promise not to tell you. He said it'd make things more difficult if you found out. As if things weren't already hard enough. So that's why Mr. Wright was acting so strange. Aww. I had no idea. This must have been excruciating for him. I think, Justice, there's gotta be something you can do. Mr. Justice, about that last statement of yours. I believe you're in the middle of accusing the plaintiff of murdering Dr. Buff. Would you care to continue? I'm sorry, Apollo. I'm really, really sorry. What's gotten into you two? If I use that slime bag, I put Miss Fey's life in jeopardy. It seems you finally caught on. I'm far too important to be accused of murder. After all, our nation's future rests squarely on my shoulders. Either I give up or... Once I present the crystal to my patron, my victory is assured. I wonder how they plan on assuring victory. Then one day I'll become president, and then king. I'll have every politician at my command. Now retract your accusation. I can't kowtow to him, but the defense would like to retract the previous accusation. Oh. Apollo. Dirk? I don't know what's going on here, but a lawyer should never look the way you do right now. With defeat and resignation written all over your face.
A dragon never yields.
Even when wounded, a dragon bites down hard and never lets go till its dying breath. It glares, it roars, and it latches its jaws firmly onto its prey till the bitter end. That's what lawyers do to get to the truth. Dirk? A dragon never yields. He's right. It's all over if I give up now. If Mr. Wright's hands are tied, it's up to me to do what must be done. He saved my neck so many times. my turn to save his. Dirk, thanks for that wake-up call. Huh. Now that's the face of a lawyer you've got there, son. Where there's a will, there's a way. And I'm gonna find a way to save Miss Faye and see that justice is served. Oh boy, Zoomies time! That scumbag is holding Miss Faye hostage to ensure he gets the orb for his patron. And it seems said patron believes in the orb's legend. The thing is, the founder did appear when the orb was exposed to fire, just as the legend said. If the legend is true, then we've already solved the riddle, right? I'm gonna say no, not yet. We have not solved the riddle yet. The legend says the founder will bestow great spiritual power when she returns. But if that's true, it means we haven't solved the whole riddle yet. But how can that be? Are we missing something? Wait, maybe the part about the founder returning should be taken literally. But how would it be possible for a dead person to return to the world of the living? Cloning, time travel, channeling. Yes. Ooh. The founder can return through channeling. Oh, I know. There is a way for the dead to return. Spirit channeling. Of course, you'd have to know what the founder looks like first. But the orb has revealed her face to us, so what if it's a sign that we should channel her? Given the facts, in order to solve the riddle and receive this founder's power, I'd need to practice channeling. I'd need a spirit medium. A medium is needed to obtain the power. The ability of a medium to channel spirits is the final key to unlocking the orb's secret. That means Mr. Addison Wimperson's patron will need one too. And once a slimy politician realizes that, he won't be able to lay a finger on Miss... Why? They already have Miss Faye. She's a medium. Mark! What? Apollo! We just did zoomies. Come on. Oh. They don't have to keep her after they do the thing. Everything's gonna be okay, Mr. Wright. Because Mr. Paul Addison Wimperson can't afford to harm our hair on Miss Faye's head. Huh? Mr. Addison Wimperson. It seems you've chosen the wrong person to take hostage. What do you mean? Your patron seeks to solve the orb's riddle, thereby receive great spiritual power. However, only Maya Faye can truly give them what they really want. So can the Queen? If the Queen is his patron, it would be weird, but she can. What do you mean, only Maya Faye? Think about what the return of the founder really means. We should have considered it more literally. After all, the orb was made in the kingdom of Rhine, the birthplace of spirit mediums. I think I see now. You need to know what the deceased looks like in order to channel them. But in Koreanism, depicting the face of the founder is taboo. However, her true face was hidden in the orb. So maybe the orb is telling us to try channeling the founder. Exactly. Through spirit medium, the founder can quite literally return. And if the legend is true, the founder just might bestow spiritual power on someone when she does. It's like when Pearls imbued my Magatama with spiritual power. If a human could be imbued with such power in a similar manner, it is said the founder possesses immense spiritual power. Such a great feat would not necessarily be beyond her. Wait a second. Then the legend is true? Yes, he's saying wait a second to himself. Do you understand now, Mr. Addison Wimperson? You're holding hostage the final key to unlocking the orb's secret. And if anything were to happen or the riddle would remain unsolved forever. There's always Pearl Faye. I could simply ask her to help. If she wants money, I've plenty to offer. If she cares about Maya Faye, she's not the kind of person to be tempted by material gain. And she certainly wouldn't help you if anything were to happen to her cousin. Or maybe you'd like to ask the Queen of Crime to channel the founder for you? He could, but he'd probably get executed for requesting such a thing. It's over. Now confess. You killed Dr. Buff, didn't you? It wasn't supposed to end this way. Mr. Addison Wimperson, are you admitting to committing the crime? You're my lawyer, right? Do something. Oh no, the wimp killed Buff. It's true that I'm your lawyer, and as such, it's my job to defend you. However, defending my client isn't the only duty a lawyer has. There's something else that's equally as important. And that is finding the truth. What? Mr. Addison Wimperson, you have sought to twist the truth in the dirtiest of ways. I was complicit in your hostage-taking, but in a way, I was being held hostage too. Even so, there's still hope for me to make things right. And I owe it all to you, Apollo. Mr. Wright. I can't allow a murderer to walk away scot-free. Therefore, Mr. Addison Wimperson, I must resign as your attorney. No. Does this mean I'm under arrest? No!
Resignation.
Resignation. Well, I've nothing to confess. What? I said I've nothing to confess. I don't, and I won't, especially not a plebeian like you. This guy doesn't know when to give up. Besides, there's no truth to these allegations. I mean, look at the suitcase. You won't find a single print of mine on it. All that means is you wipe them off, taking care to only leave misjotted bombs. Ha ha ha. As many a great politician has said before me, no comment. In that case, try switching things up, Apollo. Look at the situation from a different angle. Is there really nothing that points to the suitcase being dropped from up above? Evidence that points to suitcase being dropped on the second floor. Someone pushing someone else out of the way? If killer pushed suitcase from the second floor hallway over the coffee bar, that placed him right around here. Notice this is the view that includes the passage to Sarge's room, just in case you forget. Maybe, just maybe. Thought of something, Apollo? I believe this piece of evidence to be connected to the dropping of the suitcase.
Take that!
That appears to be a statement, but how is that related to this case? On the night of the murder, Your Honor, Ms. Army Boff physically left her room. That's when she saw the doctor burning the orb, and subsequently passed out. Right above the coffee bar. Or with her there in a wheelchair. The killer wouldn't have been able to drop the suitcase down on the doctor. Good point. However, according to Sarge, she woke up just as someone was trying to move her in her wheelchair. Someone was pushing my wheelchair. What? I was so scared I made a hasty retreat as fast as my wheels could take me. She must have been in the killer's way and had to be moved. Isn't that right, Mr. Addison Whippers? And if the killer had pushed the wheelchair with his bare hands, we may yet find the conclusive evidence we need. Exactly. Fortunately for us, that evidence slipped right through the killer's fingers. We've only been able to hold on to it just a little tighter. But now, he's neither able to discard nor alter it. Honestly, that piece of evidence wasn't even supposed to be here in this courtroom today. And yet, it looks like sometimes things do get better. But this wasn't supposed to happen. Oh? Well, too bad, because the evidence has been away from you that night. It's come back to haunt you, right here at this very trial. Your Honor, the defense's final piece of evidence is on this person. Yeah?
Take that!
That's... On the night of the murder, Sarge passed out, only to come to and find that someone was pushing her wheelchair. That's when she fled back into her room. She didn't physically see a single soul after that. Not until Athena drew her out through that therapy session, that is. While the killer was able to wipe the prints on the suitcase off, the same can't be said for the prints that got away. My fellow Coranians. Well, Mr. Paul Addison Wimperson, try to explain your way out of this one. Podium's all yours. Politician Wimperson, I'm not a crook. I'm destined for great things. Something's wrong. This isn't real. It's a dream. No nightmare. What? Wait, really? Oh, no! Thumbs up! Banzai! Banzai! Breaking news. Paul Addison arrested on murder charges and stripped of his electoral win. No, please. Wait, don't go. No, no, please. Ah, Grandpa! Oh. Dude. Dude. Mr. Addison Wimperson, are you all right? Bailiff, get him to the first aid station on the double. Well, this was yet another unexpected turn of events. In light of everything that has been revealed, seems the relic is indeed the Founder's orb. It seems Mr. Paul Addison Wimperson can be considered a suspect in Dr. Buff's murder. Apollo, I want to thank you for everything. Thanks to you, I didn't have to keep bending the truth. I don't know what I would have done without you. Ever since Dual Destinies, the breakdowns have been amazing. A little bit. I don't know what I would have done without you. Don't mention it. What you say, mister? You're amazing today, Apollo. Well, I couldn't have done it without Dirk. Say it.
A dragon never yields.
It's like we paid big money for this voice line. Even when wounded, a dragon bites down hard and never lets go till its dying breath. It glares, it roars, and it latches its jaws firmly onto its prey till the bitter end. That's what lawyers do to get to the truth. Dragon never yields. Every lawyer should take that to heart. As it seems both sides have no further objections. Would Dirk Sudmati please take the stand? This court awards the orb to the Defiant Dragons per the stated transfer agreement. Well, he came to harm! The transfer agreement does not hold up. Like, really? It doesn't say, if the dragons cause me no harm. It's, if I will come to no harm. This means that the dragons had to protect him. They failed to do this. We don't get this orb legally. Should the kingdom of Khuraiden claim ownership, the matter may have to be deliberated in court all over again. I just hope, or shall I say pray, that I'm not the judge presiding over that one. Across the ocean, a different judge. Ear twitches. Indeed, a trial like that might spark an international incident. Still, there are bigger and more momentous things astir in the air. The revolution. Dirk's really serious about this. This court is adjourned. May 17, District Court, Defendant Lobby, number 3. Nice work, son. We've finally broken through the last obstacle on the road to revolution. Revolution? That just doesn't seem real. Yes, well, To think you actually defeated the Fighting Phoenix. All I can say is, that's my boy. Ha 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 ha. Oh, well, Mr. Wright did have his hands tied. Who knows if I'd have won if he'd been able to fight me head on. I see it more like you saved. I see it more like you saved Mr. Wright. I saved him? Yeah. Remember what he said? He didn't have to bend the truth anymore. It was all thanks to you. I don't know about that. Still, I guess it is kind of nice to be appreciated. Mr. Dirk? Now that the Holy Mother's face has been revealed, are you going to have a spirit medium try channeling her? I, for one, would love to see the return of the legendary founder. Yeah. Just think about it. Being able to speak to someone right out of the history books? Unfortunately, it's not that easy. What? Why? A face isn't enough. You also need the true name of the one you're attempting to channel. Imsan. Oh, right. Pearl mentioned something like that. And the founder's true name is only known to the priestess who's been crowned queen. In short, the only living person who knows it is the current queen of Khurain, Garan. Oh, so without her help, we won't be seeing the founder anytime soon? Okay, look, if you're gonna pound me over the head with this foreshadowing any harder, I'm gonna fall unconscious. That's no fun. Founder's orb updated in the court record. The founder's form has appeared from within. It seems only the queen knows the founder's real name. So, Dirk, what'll you do now? First, I'll start by tracing the route by which the orb came into Dr. Buff's hands. Since we now know it was a politician that asked the doctor to study it, isn't he the one who stole it? Well... No. A political nobody like him couldn't anywhere near the orb, let alone steal it. He must have had inside help. My money is on someone connected to the royal family. Oh, right. You said something to that effect back in the cave. Whoever it may be, we need to expose their dirty scheme to the light of day. Well, I'm sure Mr. Wright has plenty of information, courtesy of his dirty client. He might be able to shed some light on this. Private Justice? It was fine work you did at the trial today. You did your sergeant proud. Back at you, Sarge. I took real courage to leave your room like that. It's all thanks to you and Coro and Sykes. With my siege defense over, I can finally sally forth. But the battle's only just begun. One for me and me alone to fight. To lose your mother, and then your father. What a terrible thing to endure. Yeah. Oh, night, Bacon Mutt. Thank you for hanging out. Bark, bark, bark. Yeah, and being wheelchair-bound didn't help. Private Justice? I've been thinking. It's about time I stood on my own 2 feet. After all, I no longer have Papa to coddle me. Huh? I'm afraid I don't follow. Take a good look, soldier. There's one small step for man. One giant leap for me. Hold my drone for me, would you, Private Justice? Yes, sir. What is she up to? Whoa. She's standing? What's this? Sarge, you mean your legs, they're... The doctor told me I was ready to walk again months ago. But if I admitted I could walk, I knew I'd have to leave the house. So I faked it. Okay, you're gonna need more exercise. Makes sense, but I kept pretending I couldn't walk. But I know Papa's watching over me now, and I'd hate to disappoint him. So, from this day forth, I'm gonna march you forward on my own 2 feet. What a brave kid trying to move forward like this. Must be so hard this soon after her father's death. Don't you ever stop. You just keep on walking, comrade. Stay brave, because there'll be days when you'll want to stop. But I have faith you'll find a way to muster the strength to push through them. Yeah, you can do it. Again, if she was not walking for months after having whatever actually had kept her too injured to move, she's going to need practice. She can take it easy. She doesn't have to push herself all that hard. I'm sure it's fine. But bark. Yeah, you can do it. Hey, Daddy's back. Mr. Wright, what's a look on his face for? Well, we still don't have Maya back. Oh, Apollo. Is everything all right with Miss Faye? She's safe for now. Well then, we better go save her quick. Where is she anyway? I'm afraid I have some bad news. Huh? Maya's not here in the States. She's still in Hurain. And she's still being held hostage by the mastermind behind this whole thing. I told you! The mastermind? Told you! That's right. Paul Addison Whipperson was nothing more than a pawn. We knew that from the beginning. I mean, from every time he was talking about Brick. Maya's true abductor is in the kingdom of Hurain. What? I don't understand, Mr. Wright. What in the world's going on over there? Well... Shenanigans. But as shocking as that news was, it was only the beginning. The beginning of something big. Big enough to shake Hurain to its very core. Revolution. I was being swept up in a mighty wave that nothing could stop. Of course, at the time, I had no idea what the days ahead had in store for us. To be continued. Oh yeah. Beautiful. Alright, day 2. We've finished a case, and yet, the story continues. Continue on to the next chapter shortly. May 17, District Court, Defendant, Lobby, number 3. What do you mean Ms. Faye is still being held hostage? And who's this mastermind? Paul Addison Whimperson was nothing more than a puppet. His benefactor was the one pulling the strings. But I have no idea who they are. So all we know is it's the person he was... it's the person he was trying to give the orb to? Right. He was just following orders. Unfortunately, that... Whoever it is, it seems they really want to get their hands on the orb. So then, Miss Faye's abduction is the work of this so-called benefactor too? Right again. Whoever they are, they're in Hurain. Along with Maya. I wonder who they could be. Right. This Maya, the spirit medium you've been talking about. She wouldn't happen to be that bun-haired young lady who defended back in Hurain. That's her. Why do you ask? I see. I think I know what's going on here. Do we have her back in a compound somewhere? I've got good news for you, right? Maya's somewhere safe. That much I'm sure of. Oh. I'm afraid you've lost me. It's like, has he been on both sides of this the whole time? So that's who the little snot's patron is. It's all starting to make sense. That fool has no idea I'm here in the States with y'all. Aside from the fact that, you're in a well-publicized court trial featuring a major local politician. It's fine. Dirk, you mind filling us in? It's the Blue Punisher theme song. Or whatever. Oh. No caller ID. I wonder who's calling. Beep. Hello? Mr. Phoenix, right? Yes. Let me start by thanking you for taking such good care of my subordinate. Who is this? I believe you know me as Mr. Addison's benefactor. Ah. Sounds like they're using a voice changer or something to disguise themselves. Where's Maya? Is she safe? I had my ears on today's proceedings. What a shock it was to hear that the key to solving the orb's riddle is a spirit medium. Again, it sure is a shame that I already have one and you don't. I admit I did not see that coming. Wait, did he plant a listening device in here somewhere? Somehow? Again, celebrity lawyer, celebrity plaintiff, televised for sure. Heck, this judge probably has his own TV show. Nevertheless, don't think for a minute that it will guarantee Maya Faye's safety. She is not the only medium within my reach, you see. You harm a hair on Maya's head and you'll have to answer to me. Right. Give it here a sec. Wait. Hey there. How's it going, stranger? Who is this? Why, it's your friendly neighborhood dragon. I just happened to be in the US on a little trip. Minister of Justice Inga Karkol-Korain. Inga? What? So what? Maya's kidnapper. Is Korain's Minister of Justice? Yes. Dirt! Is that you, you dirty turncoat? How in the... What in blazes is going on here? Oh, you know, just popped over to the States for a little R&R. But enough about me, Inca. That was a poor excuse for a bluff you pulled just now. We both know your threats are as empty as your head. You can't lay a hand on Maya Faye, and I do mean that literally. What is he talking about? You can kiss... Oh, sorry. You can kiss your chances of getting the orb goodbye. My Fey ain't my only, how shall I say, insurance, you know, Dirk. What? I've got someone dear to you right on the palm of my hand, see? Now that one, well, you can imagine what kinds of things I could do, right? Glad you're seeing things my way. Meet me at Atmara's tomb tomorrow, 3 p.m. sharp. Okay. This is an international flight across the heckin' Pacific. Are you gonna get there in time? And you better come alone, got it? If all goes well, the orb is all you'll need to get Maya Fey back. Dirk, what's going on? You heard him. I have to get back to Korain at once. What? Why? You heard him! No time to explain. But are you even gonna make it? What if there are no seats left on the next flight? Plus, you're a wanted man. They're not gonna just let you get on a plane. Well, I'll just have to get my teleportation. Oh dear. Let me worry about that, Mr. Justice. Chief Prosecutor Edgeworth. What are you doing here? Taking care of the hostage situation. Oh, now that you mention it, Pearl did say that she saw you around in Kurain Village. Yes, I don't think you need to tell him that. I think he knows. I had him look into a few things while I was on my way back from Kurain. Including Maya's situation, of course. I was astonished to hear she was still in Kurain earlier. It explained why I found no connection between her and Mr. Radish. Sorry to interrupt, but going back to the plane situation? I've taken the liberty of chartering one for us. It's ready to take off at any time. I'll do what's necessary to hide the fact that Dirk Sadmati is on board. Wow, must be nice to be chief prosecutor. Right, we have no time to lose. We must head for Kurain at once. Right. I'm going too. After all, your band need my help. No fair. I want to go too. This isn't a vacation, Trucy. Besides, I'll need you to hold down the fort. But Daddy... I guess I should also only bring what's necessary. You gonna get rid of all my evidence? Sorry, Trucy, but would you mind holding on to this stuff for me? Unnecessary evidence foisted onto Trucy. Fine, but you better bring me back something besides just more evidence. Excellent. Now let us make haste to Kurain. That's how our sudden trip to the kingdom of Kurain began. I never imagined I'd return to the country of my youth under such circumstances, though. In a world. Meh. May 18, 2:30 p.m. Temple Temple. That was a long flight. It's already 2:30 in the afternoon. Talk about cutting it close. King of Kurain. This is no time to reminisce, but I gotta say, this place sure brings back memories. Hurry up, Apollo. Right behind you. Amara's tomb is located in the courtyard of Garan Palace. We should have just enough time to get there. Let's sprint there. Think you can keep up, Apollo? Sure, no sweat. I'll contact the royal family and the local police and inform them of our arrival. Thanks, Edgeworth. Okay. We don't talk to her. These are for secrets. Oh no. Second. I think it's shenanigans. Wow. Move. The royal residence. May 18, 2:45 p.m. Gatran Palace. Royal residence. How is it made for all the running and climbing, near drowning, done this week? It's 2:45. Only 15 minutes left. Alright, I'm gonna give, oh no, it's not Bark Bark. It's just, okay. Only 15 minutes left. See that cylindrical building rising in the distance? That's Amara's tomb. Amara. Wasn't that the previous queen? The one who was assassinated? Yes, and I'm the one they pinned it on. It'll take a few minutes to get to the tomb from here. So, you have returned, Bobbed Head. Ah! I've seen her before on the news. If I remember correctly, this is the Crown Princess Aifa Padma Khurain. What are you people doing here? This is the royal residence. Commoners are not allowed entry without permission. A prosecutor from the States should have already called and requested permission for us to enter. As to why we're here, Your Benevolence, have you seen Minister Inga? If you seek my father, I just saw him heading toward Amra's tomb. Was he with anyone? You know, like some shady-looking underlings or something? No, he was alone. Why do you ask? Looks like she has no idea about Miss Faye's abduction. You hear that? I think we have company. Trump, Trump, Trump. Bow down before her glory. Her Eminence Queen Garan, Grand Priestess of Khurain, approaches. Huh? Garan? Oh dear. Just straight out of nowhere. Ah, it's Queen Garan. Guards. Surround Amara's tomb at once. Yes, Your Eminence!
Urdi Hara Karan!
Urgihara. What's she doing? Is she gonna help us? Yeah, that's gonna happen. Excuse me, Your Eminence. So, Barbed Head Lawyer returns. I would presume you are here for Maya Fey, the spirit medium who's been abducted. Yes, you may. Allow us to apologize for the criminal actions of our husband. No need to apologize for him. Honestly, Inga, abducting a guest in our country, how could you? Father, abducted someone? Your Eminence, what about those soldiers over there? They're the Garan Royal Guard, the soldiers who serve the crown and no other. Royal Guard? They're an elite force, selected from only the most loyal and outstanding of our subjects. And why have you ordered them to surround the tomb? The police will not come if it is my husband who is committing the crime. We shall have to storm the tomb and take Minister Inga into custody ourselves. What? You mean... Garan? Garan? No. His hostage is in there. Dirk. How dare you set foot in a palace? Have you come to turn yourself in? Listen, we need to call a truce for now. A truce? No. Garan Royal Guard, seize this traitor of the crown. As you wish, Your Eminence. Resist and you die. Oh, wait a second. Slow down there, Garan. I'm here to conduct a hostage exchange. But if you're taking me in now, Maya Fey is as good as dead. A hostage exchange? And why would he choose to do such a thing with you? We can talk about that later. Right now, I need to get in there before it's too late. If I can't resolve this in 20 minutes, you can storm the place. Now then, if you'll excuse me. Dirk, wait. Guards, allow the insurgent Dirk Sedmadi to pass. Barbed Head, you have some explaining to do. Right. Well, while we're waiting here, Apollo, why don't you explain the situation? What? Me? Leave nothing out, Hornhead, or I'll dehorn you where you stand. Hornhead? She didn't waste any time coming up with nicknames. What's with the attitude? Her father's the one who abducted Miss Fey. Alright. Hostage taking by Inga. Do my ears deceive me, or did I hear talk of my father abducting someone? Oh, you heard right. He abducted Maya Fey and... Insolent fool. Pardon my rudeness. A gentle soul such as my father could not have possibly submitted such a... could not possibly have committed such a crime. Gentle? You think he's gentle? I'm afraid it's true. I'm afraid it's true, Your Benevolence. He's holed up in that tomb as we speak. Oh no. Really? I find this difficult to believe. Why would you do such a thing? No! I pushed. I overpushed the button. Okay. Inga Kahul Kurain. Your benevolence? You saw your father heading toward the tomb? I did. I was over on the veranda, deep in thought. When I saw him hurrying toward the tomb, I'd headed about 10 minutes ago. Why was he rushing? Maybe he was worried he'd be late? Did you see anyone else heading for the tomb? I saw no one else after he entered. So, Minister Inga and Miss Faye are the only ones in there besides Dirk? Who knows? But I wouldn't be surprised if he had a minion or two with him. Dirk, I sure hope he's alright. It's only been 5 minutes? Feels like an eternity. Patience, Apollo. Patience. May 18, 3:20 p.m. Gatran Palace, Royal Residence. It's been almost 20 minutes. What's taking Dirk so long? The appointed time has come. Our royal guard shall now storm in. Can't you wait just a little longer? I mean, he's expecting y'all too. You can't just bark. No, we cannot. Every second we wait puts the hostage's life in even more danger. Therefore, we see no alternative but to order our guards to storm in. But that'll put Miss Faye's life in danger too. Guards, storm the tomb and seize Minister Inga, along with the insurgent Dirk Satamati. Yes, Your Eminence! What? Dirk's under arrest too? It's not like he's a wanted rebel. Naturally, that traitorous snake assassinated my predecessor, Queen Amara. Now go, seize them both. We're going in. Follow me, men. For Her Eminence. Oh, Dihara, Garan. I hope no one gets hurt. Your Eminence! What the? Why are they running back out? What is the meaning of this? Something terrible has happened. Dirk, the minister. He's dead. What's this? What? Which one is dead? Oh no. Apollo, quick. I'm right behind you. No one enters without a... Come, let us see what has transpired. Yes, Your Eminence! May 18, Gatran Palace, Amara's tomb. Where's Dirk? Apollo, over there. Dirk? Alright, well... This looks bad. Dirk, what have you done? Apollo? Look. So it is Minister Inga who has fallen. Guards, seize this murderous man at once. Yes, Your Eminence. Surrender now or perish, rebel scum. Wait. Ah. It's like I didn't kill him. The knife fell into his body somehow, and I was just pulling it out. Dirk, you're taking him away. Thud! Ow! Dirk just drew something out. Wait, this is the... Is he telling me to keep it safe? What a question. No, he's telling you to go throw it in the river. Nick? Is that you? Maya! Are you alright? Dirk, he saved me. I feel exhausted. I can't keep my eyes open. Maya. Minister Inga, the man behind Miss Faye's abduction, had been killed. And Dirk was arrested for his murder. So it was that the abduction of Maya Faye came to a sudden unexpected resolution. With this, the curtain fell on the minister, but things were far from over. May 18, Garan Palace, Royal Residence. Hollow, what happened? I can't say for sure. From what I can tell, it seems Dirk has killed Minister Inga. What? You think he did it to save Miss Faye? Most likely. But who knows? I'm really confused right now. And my father, he's... This cannot be. I must see for myself. Your benevolence, we cannot allow you to pass. Fools, stand aside. Forgive us, but we have direct orders from Her Eminence, Queen Garan. Father, oh, Father. Dirk, you will pay for this. Apollo, let's go regroup somewhere. Yeah. Dirk, it wasn't really you that did it, right? You were just pulling the knife out of the guy, right? May 18, Temple. Time for another poll. Oh no. Heck. You know what? I say another poll. It's the first poll today. I'm here thinking I missed one. Like, wait, what happened with the first one? Alright, hopefully that works. Ooh. Anything could happen. Alright, y'all got 2 minutes or so. The vote is between more of this game, switching back to our run of full bore, or starting the next game on our series, which is a text adventure called Jigsaw. Alright. I'm here hydrating while this happens, because oof. Like. Alright, May 18, Temple. You okay, Paula? Yeah. Edgeworth speaking with the local police. So let's sit tight until he returns. Okay. I know you must be in a state of shock right now, but I need you to stay with us, Apollo. He's right. I can't go to pieces now. Thanks, Mr. Wright. I'll be fine. Yeah, that's your catchphrase. May 18th, Temple. Right, Mr. Justice, I'm afraid I have some bad news. Looks like things will only get more complicated from here. Prosecutor Edgeworth, what's happening with Dirk? As I understand it, he's been officially charged with the murder of Master Inga. He has? However, I did manage to get his permission to investigate the crime scene. I expect we'll be allowed to visit Mr. Sidmati shortly. Thank you. I'm sure glad Prosecutor Edgeworth is here with us. Alright. Spirit of justice wins a poll. We continue. Also, it just so happens that Detective Sky is here in Hurai. She gets around just like we do. Good heck. So I asked her to assist us with our investigation. I mean, she was in the trial that we were just in. This is not a coincidence that she came here. What? What's she doing here? It seems Prosecutor Sidmati has grown quite fond of her. He's been ferrying around all over the place. A few days here, a few days there. They've almost become a team of sorts. I can't imagine she feels happily about that. Despite what Naida says, it seems he thinks highly of Emma's skills. So now, Paula, I think I'll go pay Dirk a visit at the detention center. I want to go check in on Maya at the hospital. Well, what about you, Athena? If Maya's at the hospital, we should all go. Well, if there's footwork to be done, I better stick with Apollo and give him a hand. Very well, then I'll